so let's go and delete all of this stuff. So just click on the little crosses everywhere. Cross. Delete everything except the home page and the A master page. So now we have this. Okay, so in this episode I'm going to show you how we can make a proper master page. So let's ignore the home page for now, close that up here, and open the A master. First of all, I'm just going to go on the internet and find a good background. So click on images. Okay, so let's have a look around. I like this one, so I'm going to go and find where. Okay, so let's find. Here we go. Okay, that doesn't work for some reason. So let's go find somewhere else. I quite like. Let's find something further down, maybe. I quite like this one, although I'm not sure about the. Also, it's a good size, 1920 by 1200. I'm not sure about the colour, but we can do stuff about that later. So let's go and save this to a place. Okay, so I'm going to make a new folder on my desktop called Alex F website, and let's go images. I'm also going to create a folder called export for later, so but just ignore that for now. So images and save. Okay, so let's come back here and go up here where the little drop down is, choose no fill. Come down here where it says browser fill, choose image, click the folder icon, ignore all of this stuff, go back to my desktop. I find, where did it go? Where did that folder go? Oh, my mistake. I made it in the Alex folder, which I shouldn't have done. Anyway, here we go. One second, I just need to move this to somewhere else. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going to move this. Where did it go? Control X. And put it into my sites folder, which I forgot about. Okay, so here we go. In the sites folder. So let's come to Alex. Oops. Let's go to sites. And I'm going to go to Alex F website. Images and wallpaper 21. Okay, so now we can see that we have this thing, and we're going to change the color of this, but we're going to do that in the next episode. So let's wait a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to explain what these weird lines are. The lines are, this means the top of the page, so drag to adjust the padding above the page. I'm going to make it a bit bigger actually, like there. Okay. This one is the bottom of the header, so we can choose however big we want it. This one is the top of the footer, bottom of the footer, and the end of the page. End of the browser, sorry. Okay. Now I'm going to make a header. This is going to be, actually sorry, I'm going to change from, I'm going to select the page, so just click in the white area, page will come up here, come to stroke, let's add a 5 pixel let's add a 5 pixel, let's go 5 pixel white stroke. Okay, and we're going to come over here, change the fill to, let's go none, and you can see we have this thing, but I'm not sure that's the right look, so let's go for a kind of dark to grey, very dark grey. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, we're now going to create the header box, so select the rectangle tool up here and draw a rectangle from the edge of the white to over here, and then select back to the pointer tool. Drag it so that on the left side it meets up and creates a red line, and drag it up to where it makes a red line on the top as well, and then do the same, drag this one out to make the red line here, and let's say, yeah, so make the red line along the bottom. So this is going to be our header, and again I'm going to fill this with a colour later, so I'm just going to go fill whoops, here, and press none for now. Okay, so let's just add some text using the text tool, draw a box, and just type Alex Fry's website. Okay, so select the text, change the color to white, bump the size up a bit more, and throughout this website I'm thinking, okay, now I'm just going to explain about the fonts. We have the website fonts, which are all of these ones, which will render out as just text. Although we have all the other normal system fonts, but that will render out as an image, so you can't select it in the final thing, so you can't use this for copying and pasting. So I'm going to keep the website fonts for most things, but I might occasionally use a system font for the header, because no one needs to select text from the header. So I might come down, I'm going to I'm going to use Myriad Pro for this one, because it's installed, because I have some other stuff, so let's find M. And here we have Myriad. Let's try with Myriad Web. Looks quite nice. Okay, and again, let's just make this a lot bigger. Just pressing the button up here. And I'm going to increase the letter spacing by 1. And then just select this, drag the box out a bit more. And I'm going to position it with the red line on the top and the red line on the left, sorry. And you can see we have a little icon here, which means it's going to render out as an image later, because we're using Myriad Web, which is not a websafe font. Okay, so now we've got that. I'm going to leave a space here for the name of the page, so we're not going to include this on the A master. I am, however, just going to go and find a clip art of a movie camera, so film camera clip art, and let's choose a fairly good one, go down here, change the any type to clip art, and quite like that one. Shame about the watermark. Let's find one. A little bit too old style. I'm going to use this one because I quite like it. Again, we'll change the colour in the next episode. So I'm going to save as and call this, go back to sites, and looks at websites, images, and call this header icon. Right, there are two ways to add images to your web page. You can either create a rectangle and go fill and select an image, or you can go file, place. So let's select this one, and just like InDesign, you can either click once and it will put it full size, or click and drag to however big you want it. So I'm going to make it kind of, I don't really want the bottom half, so I'm just going to use this. I'm also going to use the cropping tool up here and simply crop it to here. In the next part of the tutorial, I will simply remove the white space to make it a bit better and change the blue to probably to white. Okay, now let's just come down and create the footer. I'm going to create quite a large footer, so again, draw a rectangle, make it enormous, and you can see up here it's automatically selected the footer thing, footer checkbox, which means it will stay at the bottom of the page. Let's adjust this down to where it's needed, and then click on the rectangle and move it to there. Okay, so now we have a header and a footer. And actually, I'll make this a bit bigger. Let's try here. Okay. And again, every time you change this, whoops, has a menu. You can move. You have to move this so that the red line appears, so that it goes 100% of the footer. Okay. So I'm going to select the background again. This will be another image, which I'll make in the next episode. So for now, I'm going to go fill. Whoops. Actually, let's just go gradient, I think. Okay, so we're going to make a gradient. So from, let's go vertical. And let's choose from color picker, choose this color, to, let's go to white. Well, not quite white, like. Okay. So now you can see that we've made a gradient at the bottom of our page in the footer section. Now I'm going to create another rectangle, and this is going to be a container for the contact information at the bottom. So again, let's go fill. I'm just going to choose and kind of, let's just choose black actually, it's quite nice. Okay, and then we're going to click, there's the corners thing here. And we are going to select, you can do this kind, you can choose a different kind of corner. You can either have a square corner, a milter joint they call it, a round joint, or a bevel joint. I'm going to have a bevel joint for this one. Nothing happens yet because we haven't turned it on for any of the corners, so click on the little switches and change this to about 30. And you can see on the corners we have a kind of a nice curve. I'm also going to select a stroke, make it 2 pixels, and make it kind of light grey. Okay, so make sure, yeah, so let's create some text in this one. Say, just type contact, it's disappeared momentarily. Actually, just type that again. Okay, so drag, so select the text tool, click and drag. Whoops, I did it again. Okay. Click and drag, and now we're going to do contact, which has completely disappeared because we need to change the color to white. And I'm going to change the font to, let's see, some fonts that I like. Let's make it a bit bigger so you can see it properly. All a bit too boring. Okay, I like trebuchet. Okay, so let's drag that to the middle. What I'm going to do is select here, come over to the character, up to the text, put a line center. That way, when this little blue line appears down here, we know we've got it right in the middle of the page. Drag it up. I'll just decrease the size and do it again. There we go. And let's just type out our contact information. So let's make a bigger one. Actually, let's come over here and create a paragraph style. That way we don't have to keep reformatting everything. So come over to the paragraph styles, new type, right click, style options, and we're going to go for hang on a second, it's not loading. Wait, I'll just try again. So let's just quickly type this out. So submit. This is messing me around. So. Okay, let's try again with the text tool. So create a big one and start typing submit a contact form. Select all of that, change the color again to slightly less than white. I'm going to choose back to trebuchet. And I'm going to set paragraph style. Whoops. Oh, it's messed up. Okay, so click the paragraph style, then select the text, then format it. So trebuchet, that's 15, and slightly less than white. Okay. So now submit a contact form. These are going to be links in a second, so I'll just do that. Submit a contact form. Follow me on Twitter. And then I'm going to create a... So I'm going to just make this a bit smaller. Copy, and then Control, Alt, Shift, Paste, and that pastes in place. Or you can go Edit, Paste in place, and then we just press Shift. Sorry, put that to the V. So press V, and it goes to the pointer tool. Shift, and let's move it sideways so it stays on the same axis. Let's change this to Dark House Productions. And Infinite Video. Those are my two video production companies, and I'm going to change this one to a line right, and let's make sure that that's... You see, we also get these things up here that tell us and there we go. So this doesn't actually need to be that big, but let's make it a bit smaller, move it back into place. And now to make links, you can select it, go up to hyperlink and type what you want. So I'm going to type, we're going to make this a link later when we created the contact page. Let's go follow me on Twitter. So twitter.com/AlexForry. I can't even remember if I registered. Oops, sorry, I forgot to do something. So it's, yeah, you have to, so http www.twitter.com/AlexForry, and press enter, and it applies, and you can see it's gone blue. We'll edit the link style in a second. Select Dark House Productions, let's go http darkhouseproductions.co.uk, enter, and Infinite Video, http www.infinitevideo.co.uk. Okay, so finally, two more things to do. We're going to change the link style. So instead of being blue, we're going to make it slightly darker grey. So let's come to File, Site Properties, and go to Hyperlinks. And now you can change this. So I'm going to go Normal. It's going to be kind of there. And you can see here, down here, that it's in real time. So I can change it to like blue. Actually, that's quite nice. I'm going to go for kind of darkish blue. If you want this, you can type in the hash 767689. Hover, I'm going to make it white. I'm also going to uncheck underline because I don't like underlining links. Hover, I do. Actually, sorry. Yeah. So hover, yeah, white. Uncheck underline, but I do want it bold. So click that. Actually, not bold. I don't like bold. Try italic. And visited should be the same as this one. So 767689. So just type that in. 767689. And again. 767689. And uncheck underline for both of those. And press OK. So now, if we just press preview, we can see a preview of our web page. So this is what it will look like when we've finished. So you can see when we select, when we hover over a link, you get this nice italic feel. Okay, there's still some things to do, like I forgot this. Let's come back up here. Select this. I don't want a stroke on this, and I just selected the thing down here. Select that, and I also don't want a stroke on that, and just move that back. Okay, and finally, I'm going to create a sidebar, like you can see if you go to. Don't think it's currently online, but it will be. Let's go to. Ignore all of this. See on the side here, when I scroll, the only thing that changes is the main content, so this bar stays the same. That's one more thing I forgot to do. So click on the background, browser fill, and press unclick scrolling. So now if you press preview, all that happens is that the middle bit scrolls, which I like more. Although obviously you can do whatever you want. So the way we keep normal items to stay where they are, first of all I'm just going to draw a little box here. And let's, again, so fill, kind of light-ish, stroke, a couple, like 4, and make this kind of lighter. I want all the corners to be rounded, and I'm going to make this 25, so they're quite significantly rounded. And I'm just going to go and import some other images, so go place, and actually there are some photos from, let's go up one level, let's go to Duck House. These files will be available to download from the Duck House website. At the link in the description is little these 4. So find us on Facebook, find us on Vimeo, find us on YouTube, and find us on Twitter. So I'm going to copy those back to where we were. So back to here, press paste. Okay. So now I'm going to just, So I'm going to drag out small Twitter, small Facebook, same size. I'm going to drag out don't want the Vimeo. I do want the Vimeo, sorry. And drag out the YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to put actually I don't want the Facebook one, sorry. So take the Twitter, put your cursor on like around at the bottom right corner, turn, and just make sure this is exact by coming up here and move it into place. And I'm also going to add a corners effect to this. So there we go. And again, rotate 90 degrees. Move over to here. Make sure that the height is the same. Or vaguely anyway. And let's go again, so on corners. 10. And find us on Vimeo. And again, come up here. Okay. Here we go. Set the background one, just make it fits properly. And make sure all the corners are checked again. Okay, so now we have this, but if we kind of preview, it scrolls with the rest of the page, and we don't want that. So we're going to come to Design, we're going to select all of these, so Shift, click, click, right click, group them, then come up here to where there's a thing called Pin, and just click the top right hand corner, and now we come back to preview, and you can see that it sticks. Okay, thank you for watching this part of the tutorial. I know it was a bit long. So follow us on Twitter at DuckHouseProds, and I'll see you next time.